Hello everyone, it's Serious Sunday and I'm Luke. How's it going? I hope that you're enjoying your long weekend if you're in North America, although many of you may possibly be listening to this after it airs, so I hope that you're enjoying whenever it is that you happen to be watching this video. It's going to be a short one and it's kind of, I don't know if time sensitive is quite the word, but it's sort of short-term topical, but yeah. Today marks the beginning of the 2016 Summer Games Done Quick Marathon. I think if you have watched a fair number of some of my older videos, you'll probably fairly familiar with the fact that I am something of a speedrun buff. So it should come as no surprise to anybody that this is sort of a big deal for me. I'm a big fan of watching speedrunners. It's one of the things that I do in my spare time when I'm not editing videos. Is I'll have Twitch going in the background while I'm doing something, planning, work-related things or something along those lines. But yeah, I watch an awful lot of speedrunners sort of over the course of the year. So the two sort of GDQ events, the Games Done Quick events, are it's sort of big deal for me since I get to see a lot of speedrunners in sort of a very short period of time, all congregated in one place and just sort of enjoying the energy of that whole thing. There's a big difference, I think, I have found sort of on a personal level between watching somebody in their, basement or living room or wherever it is that they happen to have their machine set up, streaming a game, and even being particularly high energy, like say, Fire Dragon, Fi-Fi tends to be, but and the difference between that and people in an auditorium or a convention center type. It's not necessarily convention center size at this point, but sort of a large sort of hotel dinner hall or something like that, like it has been the last few years, getting together and sort of cheering one another on and just sort of going crazy over the big events and things like that, the really cool tricks and freaking out over the bad mess ups and things like that brings a whole new sort of level of entertainment to speedrunning in general, that I'm really very fond of. I've already done videos about speedrunning in general, so if you're interested in sort of learning a little bit more about why speedrunning is relevant and why you should care about it from the perspective of a game developer, for example, I have a video that talks about that. So I won't really get into necessarily all of my motivations for loving speedruns, but I just wanted to kind of bring it to people's attention if they watch what I make and for whatever reason haven't already become aware of the fact that the Summer Games Done Quick Marathon is starting this week. So yeah, it's like all of the GDQs, it runs over a number of days. I believe this one is about a week, and we'll have video games from the fairly old retro all the way up through very contemporary. So there's a little bit of something for everyone in there to watch, and it's always a big deal. It's very cool. The runners are top-notch. They're fantastic. And it's becoming higher and higher profile. Actually, I was delighted to find out that just this last Friday, Canada Day, for my fellow Canadians out there, there was a speedrunner by the name of Mitch Fowler. He goes by Mitch Flower Power on the internet, who speedruns Super Mario Bros. 3, a glitched run, who managed to get himself onto the Steve Colbert show, the Stephen Colbert late show, I believe it might be. And that's a big deal. That's a huge deal because it was very cool to see sort of the mainstream media taking esports and speedrunning and things like that seriously for once, because people who have in the past covered, not necessarily only speedrunnings, but Let's Plays and things like that, have tended to sort of belittle the community as on the whole. I believe it was Jimmy Kimmel who really kind of, I don't know, he showed an obvious disdain for Let's Plays and speedruns on his show, and that pissed a lot of people off, and perhaps rightly so. He's making fun of a well-loved pastime because he doesn't necessarily understand it. But there you go. People are like that, so whatever, right? You can't hope for everybody to enjoy everything that we like, right? But yeah, it was really cool to see a speedrunner that I'm familiar with get on a very large, very important TV show like that, and to play a game of Super Mario Brothers on screen and get a plug for the SGDQ marathon from Colbert himself. It hasn't had that kind of exposure before, which is an awesome thing in my opinion. The fact that people are taking it seriously, and people are actually interested in this and talking about it a little bit more than what we have come to expect, sort of. So I'm very happy about that, and I'm really looking forward to the marathon. And if you have even a passing interest in speedruns, I suggest that you take some time to check it out as well. And yeah, so this one was bound to be a fairly short one. I just kind of wanted to talk about that, and I don't have a very in-depth sort of discussion point about it today, so that's just kind of my thing for today. That was your Serious Sunday. I'm sorry that it's about half the length as you would probably expect it to be, I guess, by my normal videos, but there you go. Sometimes it's going to be like this. But yeah, thank you very much for listening, and I hope that I will see you again very soon. We will have more programming, as always, every day for you to consume. Until then, though, thank you very much again, and take care.